upon a time, there was a lovely young girl named Cindrella who lived with her ugly, wicked stepmother and 2 wicked, ugly stepsisters. Poor Cindrella was treated like a slave, forced to do all the work, while her wicked, ugly, and lazy stepsisters were pampered and spoiled and enjoyed all the good things in life.
Cindrella! Do you plan to spend the entire day scrubbing the floor? You haven't washed the dishes yet, and my daughter's dresses have to be washed and ironed, and the fireplace has to be cleaned. Now, get to work!
Yes, ma'am. By the time Cindrella finished all the housework, it was late and cold. While the others slept in warm feather beds, the only warm place Cindrella could find was in the fireplace, in the burnt-out ashes and cinders. And that's how she got her name, Cindrella. One day, the royal palace announced a formal dance to celebrate the birthday of the handsome young prince. The 2 sisters were fitted with fine, beautiful gowns for the royal ball. They wanted to look their best in hopes the prince would notice them.
No, stupid! My daughters wear only golden slippers to a royal event. No wonder I won't let you go. You'd embarrass us with your stupidity.
And Cindrella was left behind as everyone else went to the ball. All alone in the empty house, Cindrella thought,
Oh, if only my mother were still alive, she would have taken me to the ball. I just know she would.
All of a sudden, in a twinkle of magic, Cinderella's fairy godmother appeared.
Huh? You aren't alone in life, Cindrella. I've come to reward you for your goodness. I'm sending you to the ball. Let's see now, you'll need transportation. A grand coach and handsome horses.
Cindrella watched in wonder as the ordinary pumpkin was turned into a beautiful coach. And the startled field mice suddenly found themselves changed into dashing white horses. Cindrella had never seen such a beautiful coach in her life. But who would drive it? The fairy godmother chose Cinderella's most trustworthy and loyal friend for this honor.
Ah, and you shall have the finest gown of all. Oh, and notice I've given you glass slippers. Gold is so common. I must warn you, though, you must come home no later than midnight. At the final stroke of 12, my magic disappears. Understand?
Yes, ma'am. I promise I'll come home before midnight, and I promise I'll make you proud of me at the ball.
It was a magical dream come true. And as her coach approached the royal castle, Cindrella felt like a fairy princess. Her heart pounded with excitement, and she wondered if she would actually see the handsome prince.
Who's that girl?
You are a vision of loveliness. Will you please honor me with this dance?
Yes. It's midnight. Your Majesty, I wish I could dance with you forever, but I must go.
Huh? Princess, wait! I don't even know your name.
stroke of 12, just as the fairy godmother had warned, her magic disappeared and everything returned to its original form. Everything, including Cinderella. Her magical evening had ended. No longer a princess, she could never hope to see her prince again. And the glass slipper was all the prince had to remind him of the love of his life. His heart felt empty.
I must find her. I must. I will never know another happy day until I make her my wife. Forever.
But how could he possibly find her? He didn't even know her name, and no one knew anything about her or where she might be found.
That's it. That's how I'll find her.
The prince sent his men to search the kingdom for the girl whose foot would fit into the glass slipper. And when that girl was found, he promised he would marry her and she would be the princess of the land. Naturally, the sisters hoped they could make the slipper fit, and the prince would have to keep his promise. The elder sister was the first to try the slipper on, but her foot was much too small.
Shoot!
The younger sister's foot was much too big.
Oh, give it up!
The stepmother forbid Cinderella to even try the slipper on, but the king's man insisted the prince had ordered every girl to try. So Cinderella obeyed. Of course, it was a perfect fit.
It's perfect. You're the girl the prince has searched all over the kingdom for. You are the dream princess.
It must be a mistake, sir. I'm not a princess. I'm just a poor, common, dirty working girl.
I don't think so.
Huh? Your Majesty.
You're the one, the princess who danced with me.
No, I'm just a humble, ordinary girl.
Darling, it wasn't your dress or your jewels that I loved. It was the kindness and tender love that I saw in your eyes.
Oh. And I love you too.
The prince knew this was the girl he wanted to marry and to cherish and to have by his side forever. So Cinderella became a real princess, and the royal palace was filled with their love as the two of them cherished one another. The fairy godmother blessed their marriage, happy to see that her magic was no longer needed, because true love is the greatest magic of all. The story of Cinderella teaches us that if your heart is filled with kindness and love, all of your fondest dreams can be made to come true. If you have your true love by your side, nothing else is very important. You don't have to be a prince and a princess. Your love can be your palace, and you, like Cinderella, can live happily ever after.